This is George Dion of the Rock is George podcast, and this is a KNAC.com exclusive interview with guitarist RIKARD Ekberg and vocalist MADELEINE LILJESTAM of the Swedish heavy metal act Eleine. If I knew absolutely nothing about Eleine, how would you describe the band's music to me?
Oh, yeah, that is a very good one. I would say it's like chugga riffs, groovy rhythms, and majestic and empowering vibes.
Yeah. Metal.
Metal mayhem.
Right. Well, yeah, that's a good description of it to someone who's never heard it.
Yeah, I think so.
Later this week, you're going to be releasing your fourth studio album, We Shall Remain, July 14th through Atomic Fire Records. This was sort of like your pandemic recording. You put this together while locked down?
Well, in Sweden, we didn't really have lockdowns, and we're quite prominent with saying that it is not to be considered a pandemic album. We would have made this album either way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was already in the planning. So,
yeah. And the things we write about can surely be tied to what most people felt during the pandemic. But what we're writing about is stuff that we've been through before the pandemic and after and during. So it's everything that we lay forth, just as in Dancing in Hell. If you look at that,
yeah, sure.
People can relate that to
the pandemic.
Yeah, exactly. The pandemic years, even though it was written before. So it's more that people can more connect to something now. And this is what we've always done. And it's great to hear that people actually gain something from it.
You two are the primary songwriters for the group, yes?
We are the only songwriters of the group, yes.
Now, I read on your social media, RIKARD, that there were some hardships along the way, kind of crafting this album.
I've done a couple of those posts where we often talk about that stuff isn't just flowing on a straight line. That is what we're talking about. And for us, really, the thing that was, for me, was the thing that was like, we had the time constraints, we had so much to do, we had the tours coming and going, and just finishing up everything, and at the same time being active. I mean, it was total chaos, and it's amazing that we even got it out and got it ready. That was the first thing that was totally amazing. And I'm just so very happy on the turnout of the album. And really, you can really hear the fighting within the songs, and that really is empowering itself.
Let's talk a little bit about the meanings behind the songs. I know this album isn't necessarily a concept record, but sometimes when you put albums together, they sort of have a central theme. So let's talk a little bit about your single Never Forget and kind of what inspired that.
Mm-hmm. Well, all of our songs revolve around empowerment. It revolves around standing your ground and growing from what you've been through.
It's really just become that, you know, because we have been like just creating what we've been feeling like from the very start. You know, what comes out is what will be, and if it feels good, we're going to release it. You know, so it really just kind of grew into that, starting with Dancing in Hell most of all, but now we really have found like our way, in a way, you know. So Never Forget, that is it's a strong opener for an album, right?
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, and I really like the that is very important for me, is the part of the chorus that says, "Never forget, we're the same." It really doesn't matter where you come from or where you will end. We all will face the same fate, you know.
Yeah. So
you can choose to be an asshole in life, but I mean, just it's so unnecessary, you know.
Totally is. And when it's the heaviest for you, you know, in the beginning of the chorus there, when your life is the heaviest, it will feel like it is that way for eternity and will never end. Watch as I rise, reclaim my life under the darkest of skies.
Exactly.
You have another single out called We Are Legion, if you want to talk a little bit about the inspiration behind that song.
Totally. You wanna take the lead on this one?
Well, the inspiration is our fans.
Yeah.
Basically, that is what it's all about. You know, it started with a very nice riff RIKARD created. And I was like, yes, I love this. I'm very, very weak for some good riffing. You know, I come from the black and death metal vibe, you know, and the music, and I just really loved the riff itself, and it kind of grew into this very like energetic and empowering song, and it came so naturally in a way that this is our song to our fans. You know? We have so much to thank them for, basically everything.
Oh yeah, without our fans, there would be nothing, and our fans call themselves the Eleine Legion, and that is something they themselves created, and we were like, that's freaking cool. And well, long story short, we wanted to give them a song, you know, and when this started out, that really, whoa, holy shit, this is a chugger, and this is We Are Legion. This is the song to our Legion.
Yeah, it kind of felt like a battle hymn for all our fans, really, you know, like a good reminder, because we all will have very bad days, and all it takes sometimes is just a very good and strong song that gets you going, you know?
Oh yeah, definitely.
And sometimes some days are only about surviving, and that is okay.
Yeah, exactly. Because what do you do when you drive to something that you don't want to go to? Work. And it's like you put on your favorite song, or if you got to pump yourself up for the gym, if you got to pump yourself up in any way, shape, or form, you want to pump up your deeper thoughts, your bad thoughts, you want to be feeling good. You put on a song that makes you feel something, and it leads you towards where you want to go. And that is We Are Legion. And, you know, it's our fans.
Yeah.
It's the thing that makes us happy.
Let's talk about Stand by the Flame, a fantastic song, one of my favorite songs on the album. What inspired that one?
Well, basically all inspiration is life. You know, it's maybe not the most fun answer in history, but it really is. As I mentioned, we always just write from our own experiences, and what comes out is what comes out. You know, we don't sit down on the Monday and ask ourselves, what is trendy right now? How can we be more famous? Of course not, because we want to stay true to ourselves and what we do, but also to our fans, you know. We truly believe that in the long run, people will see us for who we are, not like being money grabbers. And we want to bring our kind of art out there, everything from the visuals to the actual songs. And Stand by the Flames really it is also a very empowering song. Again, the chorus is actually carrying the words that means the most to me. And that is, wearing our pain will stand victorious. Because no matter what you have been through, I've been through hell, and so has Rikard. If you actually accept what you have been through and wear that pain, you will be victorious. You will be able to continue. That is the thing. Whatever you have been through, don't try to push it away. Don't try to forget it, because then it easily just repeats itself. Accept what has been, and it will be way easier to move forward. That is one of the lessons I've learned the last years.
And I would say you talk about this pain and coming out the other end of pain. I think that's something that people don't like to talk about. They don't like to share their pain, even though we're all going through some sort of pain. We if we connected more on it, we might be a closer society.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Actually,
people,
yeah. There's no pride in not talking about it. There's nothing to be ashamed of, you know, but people have this, they want everything to look good and don't want to be ashamed. There's nothing to be ashamed about. That is why I happily share that I have been severely depressed, you know, the last couple of years. I'm way better. I'm very grateful for it. And I've learned a lot, but there's no shame in saying that. Truly. Doesn't matter what it is, what the reason might be, you know?
Yeah. And if you don't want to talk about it outwards, maybe you don't have the possibility or the platform for it, at least accept it for yourself and take it from there.
Yeah.
You know?
Don't try to push it away.
Oh, yeah.
You have a new music video and single coming out on release day. It's We Shall Remain. Is there anything special about this music video?
Oh my God. Yes. Of course. Yeah. It's going to be the first time that we use some fire in a video. So that's going to be real. Oh, we did use some fire in Dancing in Hell.
We did.
But that was different. That was a minor scale. Yeah.
This music video, I mean, we are usually keeping it pretty simple in general, because we like to do the more performing thing more than the storyline, you know, and that is just us. And also based on budget and whatnot, we like to perform. We are a live band for sure, and we like to have that in our videos. And I gotta say, it is a heavy one. I like how, actually, I gotta say that, I didn't say that to you. It breathes a certain self-confidence, the entire video, that I like. Oh, yeah? It has this, it's like, I don't know, fucks left to give, you know? We shall remain. This is what it's all about. You know?
It's totally balls out.
And it's not to be, I don't know if I can use another word that isn't, is it okay to say cocky?
Cocky, sure.
Yeah, you know what I mean, right?
Better than penisy.
It's not exactly. It's not about that at all. It's more like, okay, we have really grown into ourselves and we are more mature and we're older. We couldn't care less about what other people might think. We believe in what we do. And if we have people appreciating what we do, that is great, you know? And I like that the entire video breathes the little vibe from that, you know? And I like that it turned out to be a very movie-like, very cinematic. So I'm looking forward to releasing it. You know?
Oh yeah, me too.
Yeah.
So it's a full-out like metal banger. I feel it's got, like, as you said, Madeline, "We Shall Remain," the track is actually gripping everything that the album is about also, with how it sounds. You get a little bit of everything in that song. Yeah,
it was one of the first songs we wrote for the album, and it kind of contains a piece of this and that from each and every song, both with the lyrics and the music. Definitely. I just realized that just a while ago. I was like, wait
Except
a minute.
for this guy.
Yeah. Yeah. But it was just very interesting. I was like, oh my God. Yeah. So "We Shall Remain" really, like, you know, summarizes the entire thing. So,
which is fun because I feel that "Never Forget," the opener on the album, gives you a taste of what's to come. And "We Shall Remain" wraps it up. So that's fun. That's fun.
We were ahead of ourselves when we did the track list.
We're ahead of time. Yeah.
This is your first album for Atomic Fire Records. How did you end up signing with the label?
Oh, well, we have been in touch for quite a while, you know, and when they started Atomic Fire Records, we didn't have any more albums on our former one, and it just felt right. The guys are super great. They are very, well, it feels like a family in a way without sounding too cheesy. You know, you really feel like you're being taken care of. They genuinely care. And they're these super passionate guys. You know, they started Nuclear Blast many years ago, and they've done this with heart for so many years, and they have succeeded, you know, and I love that they did what they did, creating Atomic Fire Records, to keep this passionate soul and love for music.
Oh yeah.
It really breathes that in everything that they do.
Like nerdy metal music people. I mean,
I love it.
Beautiful. It's beautiful. I love it.
Yeah. And they're very experienced and just great guys in general. We're very proud.
You're going to be heading out on the festival circuit to promote this album this summer. You got Metal Days, Alcatraz, a few others. Then you have a European tour in the fall with Pain and Ensiferum.
Yeah.
I think I said that right.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So are you going to do anything special to kind of present the new music on these live performances?
Well, I don't know what special we can do. So
to play them is pretty
special. We're going to play them, and we're going to deliver a hell of a show, you know, and we're going to do what we can with what we have, really. And this is a support tour, and we're very happy about it. Very much looking forward to it. But we also know that this is just the very start of the album cycle. So there's more to come for next year.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
How many songs from the new album do you plan on adding to the set?
Well,
good question.
You'll just have to come to a show and find out.
Yeah, I guess we'll see. It's going to be very interesting to see how all the songs will be received by the fans. Very curious, you know. Some of the fans actually got their hands on the full album last week when we did an exclusive signing session tour in Germany in the EMP stores, which really is like, you know, music and merchandise and whatnot. And it has been very interesting to hear these songs that stands out for them that are not the singles, you know. So I'm curious.
They told us like the next day. They listened to the album like 10 times in a row. They're like, I love this song. This song is great. And we're like, all right, taking notes.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. No, so it's going to be interesting to see what kind of set list we're going to put together. But as always, it will be dynamic, but it will be a lot of energy.
Oh, yeah.
Well, apparently I missed your tour through North America. You actually toured North America for the first time and finished up in May. You were with Moonspell and Oceans of Slumber. So how did that all go?
So very well.
Oh, it was great.
Yeah. And we were very happy that finally, after all these years, we managed. It takes a lot of investment, both time and a lot of money to do this thing as a European band. But it was totally worth it.
And patience.
For sure.
Wow.
So it was a really good experience, and the North American fans are just absolutely fantastic. We really can't wait to be back. Now we have the visas for a while, and yeah, we really long for being back. Truly.
Was there an opportunity for you to enjoy any of the sites in North America?
Barely.
Really.
We did 23 gigs for over 25 days.
Yeah.
It was long distance.
We saw Walmart, so
yeah, we did. That was an
something.
experience.
Yeah,
it was. It was very intense. Many gigs, and the actual distances between most of the gigs as well were pretty long. So it was. We really covered it all. Basically.
Yeah, we did both coastlines and south and north. So I mean, it's it was very much of the on the road, so to speak, and the 2 days that were days off were like travel days. And during the tour, we actually finished up the video for Badasales. So I sat there like bop, and we put her up on the YouTube.
It was long days, but I gotta say I remember the last gig we did that in Boston. Was it called the Veggie Galaxy or something?
Oh, yeah, around the corner.
Yeah, the restaurant around the corner. Yep. Holy shit. It was so good. Oh, my God. I don't remember what the actual venue was called. It was a really good one. Oh, sorry.
It's close to the Veggie Corner or Galaxy.
The Veggie Galaxy, I believe the name was. It was so good. Really, I don't care what people think about it, vegan or not. Really, just you don't have to care. Just try it. It was so good. Everything was so well made. Oh my God. Yeah, it was perfect. It was perfect way to end the tour. Actually, nice. It was
real nice.
Rikard, is there a significance behind the war paint that I see you wearing in PR photos and on stage?
It looks cool. So
now paint your faces. We're going off to war, right?
I mean, everything, like even if we don't know it ourselves yet, everything we do is to emphasize the music, emphasize the experience, and emphasize what is Eleine. And that really boils down to also why and how we write music. We do what feels right. We create what feels right. We do this for a living because it feels right. And I do the war paint, as you say, because it feels right. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, thought it looked cool and I went with it. Thank you very much for thinking it looking cool. I was reading that behind the lines there. Yeah.
Well, normally there's, over here in America, I got a very narrow mind that there's only two styles of Swedish bands. There's the melodic rock guys, and then there's the death metal face paint guys, and you're kind of in the middle.
Hey, that's awesome. Hey, that's good.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Now, I saw that you guys are both avid video gamers. You both have Twitch channels, and you play on there. I'm not a huge gamer myself, but what do you kind of do on these Twitch channels?
Well, first off, Twitch isn't just for gamers, actually, because yes, I do play video games on Twitch, but I predominantly also perform our music live on stream. I play the guitar, I sing, I do the growls, talk a lot, I do a lot of crazy ass shit with the things I have in front of me. Like you gotta check it out. I can't really explain it. There's a lot of humor, a lot of depth. It is an
experience.
Yeah. I mix humor with very deep subjects like mental health and whatnot. We play video games and we shred a ton of music. But Madeline, on the other hand.
Yeah, I don't play video games on stream, actually. It's like, I believe that it was around the pandemic. It really blew up a lot for musicians to perform and stream on Twitch. Mm-hmm. So I started in 2021, I believe. Yeah,
correct.
I think,
in the summer.
Yeah, exactly. And I've been doing this for 2 years. So I perform our songs live on stream. Talk a lot with the community, and whenever I have gifts, I unbox and I check out and react to music videos. So everything's like about metal, snacks, But yeah, so the things that it is a very good platform for musicians as well. There's shitloads of drummers and guitarists. It's really a good platform that if you feel like you need entertainment, or if you just want to have company whenever you're making food or whatever, there's shitloads of things, you know. It is such a great platform, and it has been giving us so much in so many ways, you know.
To be fair, it started out as a platform only for gamers.
Exactly.
That is correct. That is totally correct. But now in the recent years, it's expanded immensely. So musicians, like, if you like music and you want to hang out with one of your almost favorite musicians, hey, check it out. It's on Twitch.
Eleine also has a Patreon page where you offer, you know, sort of a behind the curtain look to the band and yourselves. So what could someone expect if they sign up for your Eleine Patreon page? Of course, at a reasonable price, I might say.
Thank you very much. Yes, very reasonable.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it's as you say, it's a peek behind the curtains. It's behind the scenes. It's deeper understanding how a band works, especially our band, and
also the business in general. We've been sharing a lot about it. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. We're going to have a Patreon hangout on Saturday, right?
Yeah, we're going to have like a online release party kind of thing with followers. So it's going to be great. And we usually have these Patreon hangouts once every month, you know, when we're not on tour. If it's possible on tour, we've always done that. They can really expect to get a deeper insight in how we work as a band, how the business actually works. And we truly believe that in getting a deeper understanding with the business, it's maybe easier for you to understand how you can support a band the best. Because there's so many things that are included in how it works and how we can support. But also, of course, we've been sharing more personal things that doesn't really have to do with the band, but ourselves as individuals. But that actually has something to do with the band, of course. So we're pretty open about it.
And those things don't really, fit well into the normal social media. So it's too much. So if you want to get a deeper understanding, just check it out. And also, actually, honestly, like before starting Eleine with you, I had no idea how some things worked. And that is very, very interesting to know and to see. This is what we heard from our patrons, that they think it is so good and interesting to know, because we are a DIY band. We film our own music videos, edit them. We take our own promo shots and whatnot. We do a lot of stuff ourselves. So like to get a deeper understanding of that also deepens the connection with our fans. That is really what we feel. And they also feel they get a deeper connection with us and to also understand the music in a different way. So I mean, it's all about the connection, the unity, and the community.
Yeah, that about the community, I know that has meant a lot to many of our patrons. Many have started, you know, following us on Patreon and supporting us even on the lowest tier. And they have actually found friends for life because we have a Discord community, like a chat server. They get access to that from the lowest tier, and they are connecting with each other. They can discuss in forums like, okay, am I going to this gig? Are you going to that gig? Should we meet up before? And it's so beautiful to see now that they're actually meeting up. People who didn't know each other before, they're meeting up before gigs. They go to the gigs together and they hang out after. Like now when we did the signing session, it was a big bunch of these guys that went to the signing session and then they were planning on going to dinner together. It's like, it is so beautiful to see that even if you don't hang out each and every day for the rest of your lives, they know that they have someone to hang out with on a concert. Because for some, they have actually never been to concerts like that because they feel like, I'm alone, I have no one to go with. And all of a sudden they have. It can be so overwhelming when I start to think about it because I think it's so beautiful and it's so powerful. But that is one of the best things I know with our Patreon. Not only that they support us and we are able to do this, you know, and they help us immensely. And we are connecting with them, but also how they connect with each other. It is a little bit of a larger than life feeling, actually. I really appreciate it.
Well, those are all the questions I have for you today. Madeline, Rikard, the new album, We Shall Remain, comes out July 14th. Atomic Fire Records, fantastic album. I should be very proud of it.
Thank you so very much, George. It was such a pleasure meeting you and having a chat. Thank you.
I'm glad we could talk about the new album, and I'm glad you could take the time to speak with KNAC.com.
Of course, our pleasure.
All right, best of luck with everything. Maybe I'll see you come back around North America.
We're doing our very best to be back.
Keep your eyes on Eleine.com and the tour tab.
Yeah.
Keep your eyes, man.